chat's got soul. From the gavel to the gas, we're watching it all. Covering the courtroom, big case or small. Laugh when we can, cry when we must, but it's all real talk, you can count on us. We're not the pros, just fans who care. With popcorn in hand and a comfy chair. And every twist, we're right there. Together like we're all in the witness chair. This is the Broken Baker, where the trials come alive, where the chat is wild and the vibes survive. We're watching the worst of what people do, but we keep it light, yeah, that's our truth. It's the only place for crime, and it feels just right. We bring the justice talk into your night. So hit that stream, don't miss the call. At the Broken Baker, we cover it all. Oh yeah. We're just flaming with the view, but we ask the things the world wants to. Digging through the facts, side by side. Even when it's dark, we bring the light. No clickbait, no fake feels, just truth and the highs and the reels. With the chat that roasts and rises, we're just here for the case and the vibes. This is the Broken Baker, where the stories unfold with a smile in the heart, even when it's cold. Yeah, we cover the bad with a wink and a grin. Where the real talk starts, come on, jump in. It's the only place to be, can't you see? For trials and truth, it's BBTV. The Broken Baker, where the trials come alive. Yeah, we'll be here, trial after trial. Yeah.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what if any you might be, and welcome to day 4, part 2 in the Bradley Yohn case. We are a bit early, but I want to get out of here so I can go help my daughter take care of baby Baker when he wakes up later today. So they are out somewhere. I think he's sleeping. Hopefully he's sleeping. But yeah, it's a lot to have Molly and a baby. He yanks her fur. She doesn't like that. Hey, Holly Mac and Tessia, Show Life, Isbree, Dodo, Helen from Holland, Melissa, and Fairy. But no, they have been here since 10 this morning, and we are getting along fine. He likes his grandpa. Unless when he gets in his moods, then he can't do anything without his mom. But hopefully we can get this done, and I can go be a granddad. I like that. Or go and sit and keep Molly out of his little fingers. He tried to stand up by yanking on her, and he just yanked a handful of fur out of her. Didn't like that much. Well, she normally has three young children in the house, so she's just happy for him. She wants to lick him and smell him all the time, but he just grabs onto her, and yeah, she lost some fur the first time he had a hand on her. They both, but she barked, but she didn't bite, and that's the most important part. That he needs to learn, and she needs to learn. But she really likes to just show him her big fluffy tail, and he really want to yank on that one. But they have 4 or 5 more days together, so that's fine. When one of my sons got married, the bride mom had to hold the bride, or the doggo, or the baby. Who was 2? What did I miss? Hey, Tammy. But we left off. Oh, the 2-year-old daughter. Yeah. When we were in Rome for my sister's I think 5-year anniversary. My brother had just have hit his first kid. I spent all night just walking around with. I love kids. I love babies. Kids. Nah, they can be annoying, but babies, I love them. Yeah, I was like, what the who? I think, but when it's the 2-year-old daughter, it makes sense. But no, I'm the one in the family who's at every family gathering. I'm like, oh, there's a baby. Let me walk around with the baby all the time, and the rest of you can just do something else. I don't want to sit here and eat. Let me carry the baby. And babies like me because I'm big. I'm kind of calm, so it's. I don't want to say that I exude calmness, but it seems like every time I do it, they kind of just settle down. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I think she was pregnant.
Mr. Young, when you're ready with your questions.
Yeah, Deputy Miller, can you state your credentials
I'm an investigator with the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
and your full name, please?
Kelsey Miller,
And what about your badge number?
CM17.
And
My sister said the same about me. Said if they get fussy, just because I don't care. Both of my kids had colic, so they can scream a lot while I'm just yeah, it'll be fine.
we're obviously here on CF 715, a criminal case for hijacking, kidnapping, among other things.
We don't need to know
That
that.
occurrence was alleged to have happened on November 9th of 21, correct?
Correct.
And approximately what time do you recall that event taking place or that occurrence happening?
I got called at approximately 7 p.m.
And
I don't know why the
recall what
video isn't
time
running.
This occurrence was supposed to have happened, the crime was supposed to be committed?
We got the call to dispatch around approximately 10 after 6 p.m.
And you say you were called to respond to the scene. Who were you called by?
Sergeant McMahon.
And Sergeant McMahon told you that you needed to come to the scene, correct?
Correct.
And excuse me. I want to ask you about investigations, how you're assigned investigations. How are you assigned an investigation?
My sergeant assigns them.
So it'd be safe to assume that this night when he called you there and spoke to you and he assigned you this investigation, correct?
Correct, as well as the other investigators.
And you're the lead. Are you the lead investigator on this case?
It's more of a team effort. There's not one single lead.
Okay, all right. And, okay, in reference to that, would it be safe to assume that you have the most knowledge and have operated more with this case than anybody?
I think we all have equal parts.
And you say you were called around 7.
Yep.
Could you relay the time that you got there?
I would have to look at the dispatch ticket. I believe it was approximately 18 minutes after 7.
18 minutes after 7. It sounds about correct. And who did you speak to upon arriving at 4300 Bottom Road?
I spoke to my sergeant, Sergeant McMahon, Sergeant Lohmeyer, my partner, Investigator Shoney. I believe the sheriff was there as well, the Chief Deputy Goodwin. I know that Deputy Bowden was also there, and Inspector Summers.
And you did not speak to CL?
I did not.
Did you gain entry into the home?
I did not.
What was the procedure you took this night?
I spoke to the other law enforcement on scene and learned about what they had at that time. I spoke to Mr. Schmidt about some credit cards and trying to understand what had been stolen. We searched the area for anything of evidentiary value.
And you obviously stated you've not spoken to CL, but you were aware of her leaving for the hospital?
Correct.
And approximately what time did she leave for the hospital?
I don't know.
After you were there, obviously, correct?
Correct.
Was it a while, maybe?
I'm not sure.
Fine, Your Honor, I'll withdraw the objection.
And we can all estimate times.
Hey, Daddy T.
Every human being, as long as they know how to tell time true.
True.
Could you give a brief estimate?
Objection.
Maybe
Well, he has the vocabulary skills that's higher than anyone. He will be well, depending on if he wins a contest, but he will be high in the government.
20 minutes, 40 minutes?
Objection, Your Honor. The witness has already testified she doesn't know how long it was after she got there. Well, let's see if she can give an estimate, so I'll overrule the objection.
I don't have an estimate. I don't know.
And you state in your supplemental report, you state you observed Timothy Schmidt in the garage on the phone,
Correct.
and you went and spoke to him.
I did.
And what did you and Timothy Schmidt speak about?
I asked him not.
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Sustained.
Did Timothy Schmidt relay to you
Objection,
that?
Your Honor. Hearsay. Sustained.
What other duties did you do or partake in while at 4300 Bottom Road?
Everything I listed was pretty much it.
And then you left the scene, correct?
Correct.
And what did you leave the scene for?
I went back to our headquarters to begin facilitating a photo lineup.
And what brought on the photo lineup issue? Is that normal procedure or?
Yes, that is normal procedure.
Talking about normal procedure, I'd like to ask you, in this instance, it's a violent crime. It's
It's a heinous
sexual assault, among other heinous crimes. What is the proper procedure in securing a crime scene in your occupation?
We try to limit as many people into the crime scene as possible when we can.
And obviously on this night, it was Timothy Schmidt, CL, and then officers arrived, true?
Correct.
And are you aware of any other beings being in residence?
I am not.
You're not aware of anybody other than law enforcement and Timothy Schmidt and CL?
To my knowledge, that's correct.
And you worked on preparing a lineup. Could you briefly explain that process?
I gathered the most recent booking photographs of Bradley Yohn and Karen Blackledge, and I gave those to the Quincy Police Department for them to create a photo lineup because a photo lineup cannot be given by anybody who has knowledge of the case.
And at that time, you stated that everybody had knowledge.
Yeah.
That was
Hey,
at
Patrick.
approximately what time you arrived to, if you remember
Yeah,
right,
fair.
that you arrived to the headquarters to do this.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the dispatch ticket.
And, Your Honor, could we present 86? Excuse me,
You're asking the bailiff to take your defendant's exhibit 86 to the witness?
I believe so, yes. I don't have it, Your Honor. I think the clerk still has it.
You have exhibit 86. Clerk has provided such to the bailiff, who has now delivered it to the witness.
Left the scene. I believe it's the en route time of 9:48 p.m. that I would have left the scene to go to headquarters to begin starting the photo lineup.
And approximately how long does it normally take to start a photo lineup and get one prepared if you are able to find an officer to do such?
It's totally dependent. It depends on who's available, what they're doing. There's not an average time for that.
But it couldn't be done in 5 or 10 minutes.
Again, there's not an average time. There's a lot of different factors that go into that.
After putting this photo lineup together, what did you then proceed to do?
After the photo lineup was created, I went to Blessing Hospital.
And further, if you may.
I went to Blessing Hospital, spoke with Christine to tell her what would be happening, and then a Quincy police officer administered the photo lineup.
And do you recall what Quincy police officer that was?
Officer Dolbear.
Delbert. Okay. And I read where you later on were given that photo lineup by officers,
Correct.
I believe by disc and documentation.
Correct.
So you know of the photo lineup, you know what it contains, you've viewed it and read it and whatnot.
Yes.
How do you read a photo lineup? Isn't it just 5 pictures sitting next to each other, and then you say, was it any of these people? How do you read a photo lineup? Can't remember, back when I was a kid, I was a witness for something, and I had to go, and I was just given like 3 books I had to sit and go through and say, is it any one of these? And I found like 3 or 4 people that I thought, yeah, it looks kind of like him. That's the photo line I had, but I think I was more there to try and find who did it more than they knew who did it, and we just have to make sure they can point to them. Bradley Yohn is the Jean Grey of the legal world. So he's gonna turn into the Black Phoenix and destroy the universe. Could happen. I don't know if the daughter's home. I can hear someone talking.
Do you remember in either photo lineups, specifically mine, do you remember if there was a positive or negative identification?
Objection, Your Honor. Call for hearsay. Sustained.
You've you've listened to it and read it, correct?
Correct.
You're all
Danny T, if I can stay out of prison, I'm gonna sell your ass faster than a pimp on the 4th of July with a special sale.
Your Honor, I'd like to present the, photo lineup. It is number 72 to Officer Kelsey Miller, if possible. I have that. I reviewed it, so
It's not.
or possible,
You're asking the bailiff to take something to the witness, Mr. Yohn?
unless we can just pull it up on the screen and.
Your Honor, no, it's not been admitted into evidence. There's not been a foundation laid, and it's still hearsay.
All right, so there's an objection. We need to lay the foundation for such before it's published to the jury if the foundation is laid.
Court has ruled.
It would be hearsay if it's based upon what someone told this witness, Mr. Yohn.
What if it's what she observed, Your Honor, and what she knows?
She just said she didn't observe the photo lineup taking place at the hospital. It was conducted by a QPD Dolbear.
Your Honor, she stated she reviewed it after that.
And again, that would be hearsay, and the court is sustaining the objection on that basis.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Chadwick.
In reference to photo lineups, and I'm just talking in general, in reference to photo lineups, officers of the law and other citizens, they're not supposed to help an individual identify a subject or give clues as to who one is. True?
Correct.
And that would essentially be against the law, would it? That would be against statute and laws governing photo lineups, correct?
That's just not something that we do.
What laws govern photo lineups? Jemima, is there a special law? What? This is an investigator. He's going to spend a long time trying to get out of her that it's going to be an hour and a half trying to get her to say that they effed up and they staged the scene. Oh yeah, I think I played that clip back when the case was on. What's up, Lefty? There's a lot of case law about, yeah, but it's just the normal that you can't tamper with evidence. It's just, I can't with this guy and his word salads.
And
I need to go see who talks outside if my daughter is back home. I'll be right back.
you do remember this photo lineup being done on 11/9/21 at Blessing?
I believe it was on 11/9, late on 11/9, or early on 11/10.
You believe or you know?
I believe it's in that range.
And you stated previously that you were part of organizing this lineup.
Yes.
Approximately how later did you retrieve the information from the photo lineup?
I believe the disc was given to me early morning on the 10th.
So early AM hours, nighttime AM hours, like midnight through 6 p.m. or later than that?
The early morning hours of the 10th.
When you arrived at the hospital, how did CL appear?
She was upset.
Lefty, if it's been more than 4 hours, you have to talk to your doctor about it. And don't eat so many of those blue pills. Did he say how late did you? I'm sorry, I was out trying to see if my daughter was coming home. I hope she brought a key. Well, she can knock on the window.
She appear to be, from your perspective, did she appear to be physically abused?
Yes.
And the next day you, and I do not want to dwell off into this, but the next day you did an interview with CL, correct?
I did.
And that was approximately 12:02 p.m.
It was in the afternoon
And where did you take that interview at?
at her daughter's hair salon.
I'll come back to the interview in a bit. Obviously, in this situation, there was a sex assault kit done, true?
Correct.
And that sex assault kit was done by a registered nurse, the same nurse at Blessing Hospital, true?
Yes.
And do you recall when the lineup procedure was done during that time or around that time, when it might have been done?
In regards to the sex assault kit,
Yes.
I don't.
Oh, she's home.
And you also, later on, I believe sometime in the early hours, went to the hospital and collected this sex assault kit, true?
Yes.
And do you remember what time that was?
Again, early morning hours on the 10th.
What did you then do with the kit?
Logged it into evidence.
And when you say locked it in evidence, what does that entail?
I put the information into our evidence system and put it away into a locked place,
Such as a locker with a padlock.
into our evidence storage.
And was that enclosed in a bag?
A bag?
Yes.
No.
It's simply a box.
Correct.
And that box was taped up.
Yes.
And do you recall what else was included with this sex assault kit?
I only received the box and any pertinent paperwork that the SANE nurse gives me.
You did not receive a navy blue blouse?
That is all within the kit. What the SANE nurse does with certain items is not to my knowledge. I just simply collect the kit.
Speaking on that navy blue blouse, do you have any recollection of the navy blue blouse being sent back to the agency here before the sex assault kit was?
Objection, Your Honor. I don't know if this witness has ever testified about a navy blue blouse. She said she received a box from the same nurse, and she doesn't know what was in the box.
I'm going to overrule the objection. The objection was if this witness had any knowledge of a navy blue blouse being sent back to the agency prior to the sexual assault kit box. So you may answer the question.
Meaning, was it sent
Let
back?
me answer the question. I've overruled the objection.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
Do you have any knowledge as to, let me rephrase that, was the navy blue blouse sent back to the agency of Adams County before the box was?
I believe everything.
No, he asked if she had anything on her top, what she was wearing. He hasn't specifically named the navy blue blouse. Yes, a few people have already reached out to me with that one. I will look at it when I have the time, but right now I'm on this one, plus I have my daughter and my grandson here. So, and I have Aiden lined up for next week. Things will happen slowly, but the gag order has just been lifted, so we hopefully can get into what happened.
Would have been collected at the same time if it was on her person.
And there are to be some pants that CL wore to the hospital that we've previously clarified that were not sent there. Did you see the pants that CL wore to the hospital?
I don't recall.
And is there documentation paperwork that is included with the sex assault kit?
The SANE nurse gives me everything that they typically give me, and that includes paperwork.
But the paperwork does not always stay with the box, does it?
I'm not sure, I guess what you're asking.
Well, there's a thing called sexual assault documentation forensics, or forensic documentation. It's a kit of documentation that explains everything that happened, the claims placed forth, how they happened, the diagram of the body, and such. It's something that deputies would have to review, correct?
Yes, I reviewed that paperwork.
And In this documentation, were there pictures?
I don't recall.
Is it normal procedure to send pictures of an abused person?
Are you asking photos that were taken during the sexual assault? I didn't know. That does not go with me.
After retrieving that and storing it in a locker, what did you further proceed to do in regards to this case?
At one point, I went back to the scene.
His first vacation.
And that was approximately what time?
Again, I'd have to look at my dispatch ticket here. I believe that would have been around 2:48 a.m.
And what did you do at the scene at the time?
I went and checked on the status of the crime scene technician to see how far along they were doing, or how far along they were, how everybody was doing, checking in with them.
And did you enter the home at the time?
I took maybe 3 steps into the home. I asked the crime technician if she was done processing that area, and she was, after checking in with the deputy in the crime.
Hey, Jamie. Good point.
Hi.
Yeah. Oh, there you were.
Sorry, I was trying to switch my audio over.
Well,
Hi, guys. How's it going?
did you do the proper procedural case law with the photo ops, Jamie?
Yeah, the law that governs photo lineups.
Yeah, very
I'm
important.
very fluent in that, yes. It's so stupid.
Well, it wouldn't be a yawn day if he wasn't saying something stupid.
Yeah, of course.
Scene technician. I walked out of the house. There's no need for me to be in there.
And in reference to being done with that crime scene, being done, would that mean the collection of evidence? And
Are you asking about when I said I was waiting for it to being done processed in that area?
what you stated, the crime scene technician stated that she was done, right?
In the area that I was asking to step into.
Thank you. I apologize. I'll talk about jewelry. The next day, excuse me, I apologize. Let me reverse. The next day, upon concluding your interview with CL, you collected what's called a buccal swab from several individuals, a DNA swab. Could you relay who them individuals were?
Timothy Schmidt, her daughter Heidi, and her daughter Ilsa.
And then, not
Sounds
too
like
long after that, you got a call about
social
suspects being
Heidi
apprehended.
and Elsa.
Correct.
And after that, you proceeded, obviously, to Springfield with 3 of your coworkers, other deputies,
Investigators, yes.
investigators. Yes, apologize. And who was your writing accomplice?
Investigator Shoney.
And would you relate to us
Who's your
what you did
writing
upon arriving in
accomplice?
Springfield?
I went to the Springfield Police Department, met with some of their detectives there, and then interviewed several people.
And in them interviews,
Shannon G.
who were the persons you interviewed?
For what? What happened?
What?
Who? Huh? I don't know why Chadwick is sorry.
Don't be sorry. You probably
Yeah.
deserved it.
He probably gave me a thumbs down. Some people are mean, Jamie.
I know. I don't know who these people are, but there are mean people out there.
Well, I know one.
Molly.
Well, baby Baker yanked a hairful of her fur out today.
Oh no.
He was not a fan.
Oh, poor little puppy.
Well, good thing she yapped at him, but she didn't bite him, so that's okay.
Yeah.
They need to establish boundaries, but
Yeah, they do.
yeah.
Yeah,
And she's
babies
very
love to
furry.
grab everything. And dog hair is one of them. People hair too. Just rip it right out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He likes to pull hair.
You know, My nephews always went for my earrings because, of course, you gotta wear my hoops. I
Yeah.
just lost an earlobe or two in my lifetime.
My daughters love to when they get older go up and just yank my arm hair. Why? I don't know. Or my leg hair, and I'm a little furry on the legs.
That's funny.
Accomplice: a person who helps other commit a crime. He asked the officer who her accomplices was.
Yeah, her writing accomplice. Who was your writing accomplice? Oh. Quit trying to use $5 words, Bradley.
Randall, Timothy, and I believe a Rodney.
And sometime this afternoon, you took photos of things that were seized or particularly found on the defendants.
Can you ask that?
Sometime during this afternoon, approximately, I believe, 5:42 p.m., you took pictures of items that were found on defendants, correct?
Yourself and Karen Blackledge, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yes.
And there were items that were worn or taken on the person to the police department, correct?
That was the information I was relayed, yes.
And could you relay them items to us?
Not without looking at my report or a photograph.
Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to admit exhibits to Ms. Kelsey Miller.
You're asking the bailiff to carry exhibits to the witness, please?
Yes, sir. I just want to make sure it's
What
appropriate. and
what
all right.
numbers are we showing?
They would be 29, 30, 33.
Yeah.
And you took them photos, correct?
I did.
And
I really have a hard time with him using them instead of they or those. He intersperses. It means everything that's related to they, them, those, their. You took them photos. No, she didn't. She took those photos. It's really annoying. It's like the part of Denmark where my daughters live. They have one word to lay. Every form of that word is they just use the same word. Past, present, anything. It's just the same word. I'm like, no, that's not how you do it.
would you tell us a bit about that procedure and how it's done when you collect items and take photos of them? When you inventory, I should say.
Lolbert, Tyler's cousin didn't admit to it. Raul admitted he did it.
I mean, I do what you just said. I collect items and I take a photograph of it.
But you let me be specific. You, for example, in this situation, the items were put into bags, brown bags specifically, correct?
Yes,
And with
Can't go
names on
with
the
a
brown bags
self-defense
for
if you didn't
whose
do it.
property they were.
it appears that way.
And when you conduct,
Yes, when Sue gets back to the beach, there will be grammar on a budget. Sue will be here and just yell at people to spell correctly. It's going to be our show. Well, he is, in fact, a lawyer because he is representing himself, so he should know lawyerly words.
your services, when you take pictures, you do not take all the bags out and just dump them together, do you?
No.
You would take them out one at a time, true?
I would put the person's belonging in one area. That's all with that person and take a photo of it. And then move on to the next.
And upon arriving to the defendant's property, it had already been bagged, or,
I don't recall.
but it was separate from the other defendants.
I'm sure it was, yes.
And by looking at them pictures, can you relate to me what was in Exhibit 26 and 27? In reference to cards, credit cards, debit cards.
I don't
That
know
would
if
be
this
the-
witness has exhibit 26 and 27, she has 29, 30, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. You want her to be given 26 and 27?
I apologize, Your Honor. I should have, I thought I mentioned 26 and 27.
All right. Clerk
Hey,
has
Steve.
those if the bailiff would provide defendant's exhibits 26 and 27.
Legalese.
Your Honor, again, I am wrong. Then we're not, the 26 and 27 were on the defendant's personal property still after the other property was seized in the bag, so I'll keep 26 and 27 with her for further issues. In reference to 29 and 30, could you tell us what's in that property as far as cards?
Yeah.
PayPal cards, net spend, a Visa card, Easy card, Link card, different probation officer's number, a room key.
And there's no Disney card there, correct?
Not that I see.
Your Honor,
Oh,
I'd
there's a
like to
Disney
publish
card
them for the jury.
showing up
please.
later.
No objection.
We'll publish defendants exhibits 29 and 30 for the jury.
And this here is an accurate description of what you just seen, correct?
Looks like that's exhibit
29.
smaller than exhibit 29.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I zoomed in. And
Yes, that's 29.
then you have 30, which is a close-up of the cards.
Yeah.
And there's no debit card that is a Disney card in there, correct?
Not in this property, no.
And if you would, you could go on to 31. Your Honor, could I have 31?
No objection to any of the exhibits.
The rest of the exhibits, so we can make this a bit quicker. Can I have the rest of the exhibits published to the jury, please?
All right, so we have
See you
31,
later,
32. I'm sorry. I've got
Then
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38.
29 and 30. She does not have 31. You're wanting her to have 31.
Your Honor, she should have had 31.
Well, the clerk has it, and so if
I-
the bailiff can deliver 31 to the witness, so that she can.
Right, I apologize.
Okay. So,
And she shall have 32 then also.
stop.
There are also 32.
Oh, sorry.
Exhibits 31,
Stop
32.
apologizing. Just do.
Those exhibits are now with the witness. The state has no objection to publishing 29 through,
Paula B, there's no Disney credit card there. I'm still heavily in not guilty, Jamie. The first time around,
no.
I didn't pick up all the small signals, but this time I think he's going to win it.
yeah,
Miss ladies.
that's right.
38, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
No,
And,
this is the state's question.
No, Your Honor, I don't have any.
All right, so Mr. Yohn, you may publish exhibits 29 through 38.
31, you see a rosary, correct?
Yes,
And that has been said to be CLs by individuals, correct?
I believe so.
And the same for 32, the same rosary, just a close-up.
That's the same rosary, yes.
And then you go to 33, and I apologize, but I'm going to compile a few issues into here. Then you proceed on to Karen Blackledge Henderson's bag, correct?
Yeah.
And these are in order that you took them. This is Exhibit
Objection,
34.
Your Honor, is he asking that question? Is he asking if these photos are taken in the exhibit or taken in the order that she took them?
All right, so I will sustain the objection as it was not a question from the court's hearing of it for the witness.
To the best of your memory,
Yes, this is this
are these in
trial.
the order that you took them in?
I don't recall what order I took them in.
I
But
think
obviously you
it's
saw
this
Bradley
witness.
Yohn's
I'm not sure.
property in 30 and 29.
Yes,
And it holds no Disney card, such as is in 34.
not in that portion of your property, no.
Or there, that would be my property again, correct? 35?
I believe that is
If you could flip it, how much money is it, Jamie? Can you tell?
It's too small for me to tell.
Anyone who can tell how much money it is? Yeah, it's his property. He didn't do it, Your Life, so it's his property. Remember, someone planted the evidence in his pockets.
what was on your person.
And
Oh,
then
8K.
you have another image, which was not on my person. Your Honor, I'd like to introduce Exhibit 28 to the witness.
Judge, I'm going to object. He asked a question on Exhibit 36 first about 36. He said it wasn't found on his person. The witness is entitled to answer whether or not it was in fact on his person, or if she knows.
Apologize.
All right, so are we asking this witness if she knows if defendant's exhibit 36, which is
Yes.
on the screen, is the Disney card, was on your person?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm just really trying
Let's
to
let
get
her
people.
answer that question.
on the way.
So moving on, please.
Apologize.
I do not know which property was on your person when you were arrested because I did not arrest you. This was given to me by other law enforcement.
And if you go to exhibit 37, that's the back of the Disney card. As you see, right there to the right. 38 is also a Disney card and a ring. Do you recall 38?
Yes,
And do you recall where you retrieved them from?
I retrieved them from other law enforcement with Springfield Police Department.
You're sure?
Yes, I did not arrest anybody, so I would not take the property.
I'd like to admit exhibit 28.
We haven't gotten any clues on who it was yet. I think it was probably the sheriff or the husband. Because I think I can't remember. I think it's because it's missing in one of the pictures or something like that. But again, it's her Disney card. But he wants to say they planted evidence and tried to get him in trouble, even though he was wearing her purse, her voter ID, her uncast salary checks, and he had her rosary, her gold chain, her gold watch, and some special Star Trek pendants on him. But that Disney card shows he didn't do it. Lefty's up. Jamie, Lefty OD'd on the blue pills tonight.
Lefty. What do you
Yeah, he
need
can't
that
get it down.
for?
Yeah, it was the dead body in the car, I'm telling you. After he did those things and framed Bradley, he couldn't live with the guilt and self-deleted. Yes. Other than being pew-pewed in the face, how was he?
How was he? Other than being deceased. I mean, was he doing well? It's such a stupid question.
Well, your constitution gives him the right to have that lawyer, so
You're asking to have the bailiff show the witness your exhibit 28, defense exhibit 20.
Right?
It is,
And with your signature at the bottom.
correct.
That is a inventory sheet of what one is supposed to have on them during an arrest, correct?
As it states in my note here, it says items acquired from a
no, I don't dismiss people watching me, but I wonder why you're talking about a case we're not covering. I don't know. But when the Rule Valley case gets up again, you can come back and give me all of that and tell me why he pled guilty by saying it was self-defense when he didn't do it.
Yeah, he's admitted to doing it.
Yeah, that's why I stopped bringing them up because, yeah.
search incident to arrest.
And you've previously stated that rosary, to your knowledge, was found on the defendant. And obviously you see right here at the bottom an ID, a paper ID that I don't have a close-up enough, but it is obvious and you're aware that these are the defendant's property, correct?
I mean, you're saying that it's your property.
I am saying that and I'm wondering if you're aware of it.
Well, I am now. You're telling me that.
Okay. And on that inventory receipt, Ms. Miller, if you go to the top line, the first item inventory, what does that say?
Disney Rewards redemption card.
And that specific item is still in evidence, correct?
I believe so.
And it is not, excuse me, that's a collection form, inventory form for myself, the defendant, true?
It's for multiple purposes.
But it does not have this property here does not have a Disney card, true?
Not in that photo, no.
Your Honor, one moment, please. Defendant Yohn had some jewelry on his person. True, when you
Yeah, and when you watch my channel so much that you can complain I don't answer, go back 3 days ago. I made a video covering that, plus my take on it. So this is a Bradley Yohn stream. We'll stay on topic for this one. You can go back 3 days ago. I made a Raoul Valley because, yes, I do follow along with cases I cover.
You attempted to interview myself, defendant, and I had some jewelry on my person, correct?
Are you talking about what you were wearing or what was in the purse?
Yeah, what I was wearing. No, what I was wearing during the interview.
Yes, you were wearing jewelry during the interview.
And you recall that jewelry?
Yeah, I believe there were 2 chains, a watch, and a bracelet.
James.
And do you recall taking pictures of that jewelry?
Yes,
And do you hold them in your hand?
I do.
Oh, baby Babyface coughing.
Are you aware of the fact that persons have come forth and claimed them in the recent months?
No,
Had you been given any knowledge that they were mine?
can you ask that a different way?
You obviously
See you later.
interviewed
Have a
people.
good one.
Were you given knowledge that them were mine by any specific person?
So at that point, Your Honor, I would object to hearsay if he's asking for what some other witness told this witness.
I mean, whatever some other person allegedly told this one witness, which would be sustained as hearsay. The objection is sustained.
Could I admit this to the witness, Your Honor?
Asking the bailiff to deliver an
Please.
exhibit to the witness, exhibit defensive or the transcript, because that procedure on this process
Yeah.
helps to keep a clear record for the transcript, because there's not going to be a video of this shown to an appellate court potentially.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I'm asking you to follow that procedure. Fine.
Yeah, have you identified that?
Yeah. And
that would be a portion of your report from your supplemental report, right?
Correct.
And I did redact that myself as it's been placed in a motion previously, and I'm not enabled to give certain
Objection,
information.
Your Honor.
You could ask the question, I'll sustain the objection.
Ms. Miller, Investigator Miller, what does it say to the top right?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
It's her report.
Well, you'll need to lay that foundation, Mr. Yohn, before asking that question.
And you wrote,
Sustained.
you typed that report, correct?
I didn't type it, but I wrote it. It's a different system, but yes, it's my report.
Or wrote it? And now the foundation is laid, could you state what it says
No.
at the bottom of the right paragraph?
Objection, Your Honor, it contains hearsay.
Pass up the exhibit, please.
He's such an idiot.
He thinks, I just love,
Yohn,
now that the
I'm
foundation
reviewing
is
the
laid.
exhibit at this point, so I can determine the statement foundation for such, if you're wanting this witness to testify, that it is not a hearsay statement.
Now he's talking to his standby counsel.
He
I'm
looks
not going to ask
miserable.
what's stated. I would like to go back to exhibit 26 and 27.
Coke Ferry, it is really a nice chat today because Sue is on vacation. So no one has been threatened so far.
And, excuse me. There you have exhibit 26, correct?
Yes,
Oh,
And there you have
said her name
exhibit
3 times.
27. And them are the items that defendant was wearing upon your interviewing and taking pictures with him, correct?
yes.
I will get back to this at a later time. And were they the only things that were on defendant's immediate person when you interviewed him?
Jewelry wise?
Yes.
Yes, to my knowledge, yes.
Anything wise. Is there a reason that you labeled Disney Reward redemption card as being in my property?
Anything I would have labeled on this would have been the information I was given by the other law enforcement agency.
That would be hearsay, would it not?
No, that would be information.
You didn't collect that card
Was
from
there an answer
anybody.
to that question?
What is the question?
I'll strike that question, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's refrain from making such comments in the future too, Mr. Yohn. Let's ask the witness questions, please.
You interviewed other persons such as Karen Blackledge, correct?
I did.
And did you recover anything from her?
Jewelry,
And you recovered no card?
the exhibit that you just handed me.
You recovered that card from Karen Blackwood?
Those are the photos of the items that was relayed to me, was in her possession when she was arrested.
Thank you. So could I ask why you would write?
Again, I don't have an answer for that. That was information that was given to me from another law enforcement agency.
However, you took bags and you took photographs of them. You took photographs of the bags as you see, and you took them in an order, starting with mine.
I don't know what order I took them in.
Jamie, we watched this before, and
Yeah.
we have been covering trials for 2 years since this. Where is he going? What, if any? What?
He's just going for a nice little stroll. I mean,
You took bags, you took photos, and you proceeded to begin with mine. So what?
yeah, like I don't know his gotcha moment on any of this. Like listening to it again, it still doesn't make any more sense than it did the first time.
This police
Like-
officer is just sitting there thinking, "Oh my effing god, he's stupid."
Yeah, like where are you going with this guy? Like, what does that mean? Are you trying to say I did something out of order? So then, oh, you got to throw it all away. No evidence. Like, get
I
out
have
of
the
here.
best pause faces. No, I think there's reasonable doubt here. That Disney card, I didn't hear that in the first trial. I think the jury will pick up on that.
Yeah.
This time, Jamie, he will be found not guilty.
Like,
Yes, he-
explain why you have all of her possessions in your where you were staying. Checks with her name on it, stuff with her name on her voter
Her
card
voter ID card.
and her car. Like, just a coincidence? I mean,
And yeah, he called her back, and so far I don't think he has gotten any relevant information out of her.
no.
I'll proceed on somewhere else, Your Honor. Your coworkers later performed a search of arrest and found other items, correct?
They performed a what?
A search of where the arrest was?
In Springfield?
Yes.
They executed a search warrant.
And they found other jewelry, including a watch and a pin.
I believe they did, but I was not present for that.
And Your Honor, or excuse me, Deputy Miller, did you do an interview with Christine Lohman?
I did.
And if you would give me a second. Deputy Miller, was CL during that interview laughing?
At times, yes.
And there was an abundance of times, correct?
I would not describe it as an abundance. No.
What does that mean, though, Bradley, if she laughed at all? That it was all a lie? She was just like, ha ha, I gotcha.
Yeah, I got this method. I don't know who was.
And I want to speak on one scenario, Justice Miller, that was
Judge,
presented.
I'm going to object. You can't speak on a scenario. You need to ask a question.
Suspend the objection, ask the witness a question.
Did CL claim to be sexually assaulted by penis in her mouth while in a moving car at a high rate of speed?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
I'll sustain the objection.
Your Honor, I wish to admit.
Why wouldn't you allow that one, Monsieur Prosecutor? Have this lady say, "Yeah, she said that you forced her to give you a mouth hug while driving." Thank you, Holly Mack. 50 Shades, Sandy B, Ashley McNamara, George Gibb, and Lucy Snakes with Will Hiss were gifted a membership.
Your favorite. Snakes.
Thank you, Sue. What? Who?
What?
Oh, you're gonna drop someone off at the beach? He keeps reminding the jury about how bad this crime was. How I don't get him. I really don't understand why he's doing what he's doing. But yeah,
He thinks he's a
Yeah.
genius.
Well, I still think he's going to swing the jury this time.
Mhm.
Yeah, pro se lawyers often has an idiot as a client. Have you seen? Yeah, I read the Sarah Boone letter where she is demanding answers from her appellant lawyer.
Oh, here we go again,
The
Sarah.
exhibit to show this. This is ridiculous. And I'm
What exhibit are you talking about?
Your Honor, it would be exhibit number 77. It's a car scene. It's where CL describes a car scene and in vivid detail and just.
Objection, Your Honor.
I just need you to identify the exhibit.
Your Honor, yes, sir, Your
Is
Honor.
an objection?
Yes, Your Honor, we object to the introduction of the video as hearsay.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this
you can step out so we can further discuss the
this
It's
detective,
a portion.
defendant's exhibit 70.
this detective is just there so he can kind of say all the bad stuff he did to this old poor old lady. But jury was sent out. Let's see if he can convince the judge that he's allowed to show parts of her spoken interview.
John, so I'm clear on what your defendant's exhibit 77 is. What is that?
Your Honor, it's a portion at approximately a few seconds after 37 minutes into a video interview where
Who's the video interview of?
CL,
And by
Kelsey Miller, the very following day, 18 hours later after a very
the
heinous crime.
following date.
That would be November 10th at
Okay.
approximately 12:02 p.m.
All right. So
After
is the state
very
aware of the
heinous
video?
crime.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so what is the state's objection to introduction or showing this witness the exhibit 77?
Well, two objections. One, it's a portion of the video. It's not the complete video. But two, it's hearsay, Your Honor. It's an out-of-court statement that the defendant is trying to introduce where the declarant in that video is not available for either side to call as a witness. So that would be our two objections.
All right. So Mr. Yohn, are you aware of an exception to the hearsay rule which would allow you to present this hearsay evidence?
He was
Your
probably the
Honor,
best pro se. He was just focused on the
Testimonial
one thing.
evidence obviously is not admissible unless a defendant proceeds to open that door. Your Honor, that door needs opened.
All right.
Well, it's not how it works. You can't just say, "Well, I'm gonna open it," because it needs it. Needs a good opening.
It can't be open until the defendant opened that door. Well, that's good when the defendant is the lawyer. He can just, yeah, that door's open now.
Yeah.
What? You can't open the door when you like it for someone else.
Any other basis you have? Is this interview and exhibit being an exception to the hearsay rule?
Your Honor, it's blatant lies. It's
That's not a hearsay exception, so any other hearsay
not a hearsay.
you're aware of that would make this a admissible exhibit as hearsay?
He does have the keys to the door,
uh,
but he could take the stand.
excited utterance, spontaneous declaration.
So this is an excited utterance occurring over 24 hours, or well after the incident in her going to the hospital, going home, or going somewhere after the hospital?
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I can't find it as an excited utterance. What's
You
your other
haven't-
grounds?
been able to let me speak, but
I'm asking for your next grounds, sir.
Your Honor, the grounds are this is a very serious crime, and I don't believe one could recover from a crime within 18 hours and be able to do what this person here is doing on this video.
All right, and so even though, as you represented such, that is likewise not an exception to the hearsay rule. Do you wish to propose any further exception to the hearsay rule that would allow me to admit the defendant 77?
Your Honor, I'm not aware of any others, but
Okay, neither is the court, but if you had something unique, I don't know all the law, and so I'm always willing to learn. Hearsay rule applies both ways. So if the state couldn't admit something because it's hearsay, neither can the defense. And so I'm going to not allow you to introduce the defendant's exhibit 77 or to play such for
Robin, just stay here. It's just more stupidity.
the jury or this witness, because again, it is hearsay, the declarant is unavailable, and there's no exception that I can find or that you've cited me to, which would allow such. So do you have a line of questioning you want to pursue beyond that with this witness? And if so, we'll bring the jury back in and go down that line But let's not go back, as has occurred earlier today, and attempt to have the video brought in. Are you prepared for your next line of questioning, sir? I'll bring the jury back.
He wants to show it because he doesn't think she could recover.
Yeah, and again, her daughter testified that she laughed at things to kind of hide the shame or the pain.
Who doesn't in reality? Like, come on now. We all probably laugh at some very inappropriate situations or times just because
Yeah,
you don't
I
know
had
what
to
else
stop
to
you
do
yesterday
sometimes.
when he was saying something wildly inappropriate and you didn't hear it, so you just start laughing, and it was really, really not the proper time to laugh.
I didn't even, I heard the comment or the objection.
Yeah.
That made me laugh.
Did she say she was forced to mouth hug you at a high speed of? Why wouldn't he let her answer that one? But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
State's objection to defendant 77 on the record. The jurors was putting of record, and so has been sustained. And so we're moving on. Jury is in the jury box. Do you have further questions for this witness, sir?
I do, Your Honor. When the defendant first arrived to the county jail here, which was on the 15th of November, he attempted to send property home. Are you aware of that?
No,
You did not put a hold on defendant's property?
I don't recall this.
Your Honor, I apologize. I wasn't given the specific information who did. Are you aware that the defendant has since released property?
No.
It's so nice to hear baby Baker. He's in the other room. Yeah. He's happy. He just woke up from his afternoon nap.
Ooh, I mean, napping is a joy.
But I don't know who, if he's talking to the dog or his mom, but he's really happy.
Defendant recently attempted to suppress what he considers his own items.
Objection, Your Honor. Any motion to suppress is not relevant to today's purposes.
Danny, would you say it was a coincidence? Maybe some of the most coincidences ever. I would say. But maybe it's a tale you're telling. Not just a tale, but one of the tallest tales ever told.
Tallest tales Goth ever told.
Sustained.
Your Honor has referenced could I present the state's exhibits of gold watches? And I believe they would be here.
FD.
People 7 and several pieces of jewelry. Is that what you're referring to?
No, sir, Mr. There, it would be exhibit 57. And
People 57 is a picture, Your Honor.
So you want the photograph that is people's 57?
I would request that the photograph and the evidence be brought forward.
All right, so we can round up people's exhibit 57, and then what's the other exhibit, Mr. Young?
That's it, Your Honor. I'm not sure what the exhibit number was on the item itself. I'm not so sure we even saw that item here.
I do have a dog in the house.
But however, that exhibit, this one here, Your Honor, has been used against the defendant today. So I would ask the jury.
57.
We would love you to buy a mini whiteboard for your super chat thank you messages instead of using paper sticky notes. Well, then I would have to. Do you want me to erase them every time, or get up and go and write on the wall? We can try it. I don't know how the idea works, but hey, I'm game for everything.
Either way works for me. But Easier for you.
Yeah, I don't have to do as much paperwork. See? But then I can't really put it up on the wall and remember how lucky I am. Because then every time it's filled or after every stream, I'll have to delete it. We have to brainstorm on that one. I only did it once, Sue. Well, twice.
Yeah, he did. Oh my God, we used a real Sharpie on his whiteboard. That's hilarious. When you were writing out your gang name.
Well, thank you for stopping by. Holly Mac was the lucky one. And because I use paper sticks, I can remember that.
Yes.
People's Exhibit 57. Okay, you willing witness to see that item?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, we've got the original People's Exhibit 57 here. Can you hold up and give that to the witness, please?
It's in the background.
Do you recognize that?
Yes, it's Exhibit 26 as well.
The same as Exhibit 26, defendant's exhibit. Could we introduce that evidence?
Not on these cheap
Physical
whiteboards.
evidence?
I don't believe that piece of physical evidence has been introduced, Your Honor.
You have it marked as People's Exhibit, Mr. Jones.
I do not, Your Honor.
It's marked. I just gave it to the witness, Your Honor.
People's 57 is, Your Honor. That's the photograph. He's asking for the actual.
Of Exhibit 57. Yes, I am. I'm asking for the actual evidence of Exhibit 57 to be brought forward since it was retrieved from the defendant.
Is that in the state's possession, Mr. Jones?
I don't know if we have it in court right now, Your Honor.
It's not going to change the testimony if she.
Or, Your Honor, we could potentially go back to Exhibit 41.
Let's address this one while we're on it and get it resolved before we move forward with the next item.
Because we don't have that in court today.
Oh, double dipping.
So the watch and bracelet depicted on People's Exhibit
I
57
like
and
the
Defendant's Exhibit 26. Those physical items are not present. Is that correct, Mr.
That is
Jones?
correct, Your Honor. I would make a record that we did ask the defendant that any physical evidence he wanted to be in court, he provide that with to us, and he did not list that as something he wanted in court. So that's why we don't have it.
All right.
Rules.
Let's
It'll be on the
proceed with
wall,
questioning regarding
After the show.
the Exhibit
I'll have a
57
bed and
for the
stuff
people
there.
and Defendant's Exhibit 26.
Your Honor, is there a chance that we could grab that from the local evidence locker?
Is there a chance you didn't ask the state to bring it and make it available before trial today, Mr. Yohn? These
Your Honor,
delays are wasting the court's and jurors' time.
They have all the evidence they presented the other day, Your Honor, and it should be there because, well, I didn't request any of that evidence either, and the evidence I'm looking for, they say it's not there. They don't have
Mr.
it.
Jones, how long would it take the state to round up the watch and bracelet?
Your Honor, honestly, I don't know. We have one evidence custodian for the sheriff. I don't know if he's working today. I don't know where he is because he's also a road deputy, and so he could be out. I just don't know.
He's not working today.
He's not working today.
So if the state had been provided notice prior to trial today, Mr. Jones would have, and Ms. Keck would have had the items as requested, but I'm not delaying the trial at this point to have those items retrieved. So let's proceed on, Mr. Yohn.
Yes, Your Honor, I'd like to present exhibit number 44.
Defendant's Exhibit 44.
Yes, sir.
Are you wanting that taken?
That someone else did it. It was his jewelry, his voter ID with her name on it. I can see where he's going, Jamie. I understand him. Hey, Benice.
Well, at least someone does.
Oh, how? Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Lauren.
By the bailiff to the witness.
Yes, sir.
All right, simple process. Simply ask the bailiff to take the exhibit to the witness, please. That is Defendant's Exhibit 44. You ready with your questions?
I don't really, but anyway, people keep finding my address and sending me stuff. So that's how people normally send me gifts. FD Food Fairy has sent me a lot of T-shirts.
Ms. Miller, have you ever seen one of them?
No,
At the top heading, what does that state?
She's an investigator for the police. She has nothing to do with it. She she interviewed the victim after he tries to get hearsay in, can't get it in. Now he's trying to get her to testify it was his jewelry.
Adams County Sheriff's Office released property receipt.
And there are items circled on that. And obviously, you know, the defendant was apprehended wearing a bracelet, a watch, and 2 necklaces. Them 3 items, which have a combination of,
Objection, Your Honor. Is there a question here?
what are the first 3 items? Can you list them off to us, read them off to us, please?
Sustain the objection.
Bracelet, watch, necklace.
And what is the amount on them? The amount number?
Amount?
Under quantity,
Yes.
112.
And that would be 2 necklaces,
That's what it states.
1 watch and 1 bracelet. Your Honor, I do not have that in digital form for the jury, so I'd ask that it be published to the jury and they'd be able to see it.
Any objection?
That's fine.
All right, no objection. If the bailiff would hand the item to juror number 33, and then if the jurors would examine that exhibit.
And they're sitting there looking at that piece of paper thinking, what the hell's going on here?
If you would, could you tell me the release date on those 3 items? It is over, I believe, to the right.
7/2/22.
7/2/22. Thank you. I'll proceed further, Your Honor.
7/2/22. So that's
Ms. Miller, I want to talk
after
about
she was
spray
passed.
tan.
Mr. Yohn, you just spent 20 minutes getting to talk about the bracelet and the gold chain, and then they were released, and now you want to talk about the spray can. What was the point you were trying to make with them being released? That they were not released to the family? Were they released to Mr. Yohn? What are you trying to prove? Jesus Christ.
Through your investigation, have you ever relayed to anybody that CL was penetrated with a cleaning bottle or aerosol can?
Yes,
And who did you relay that to?
the Illinois State Police Crime Lab.
That was not true, was it?
That was the information that I had learned at that point.
So obviously, information is just
Tomorrow will be closing arguments. What time is it? Oh, we can't get to it
freely
today.
given, and it's potential that it's not true.
That,
So
infor-
just in this matter.
that information was given to me by Karen Blackledge. She said that's what happened. So when I'm calling the state police with a large case, I tell them the details of what's going on so that they know what kind of evidence they're getting. That's common practice.
And you spoke of Karen Blackledge. I probably should have objected, but I didn't.
Objection, Your Honor.
Ask the question, Mr. Young.
It's just based on your interview with Karen Blackledge. Is Karen Blackledge believable?
Are you asking for my opinion?
Yes, your professional opinion. Is she believable?
I believe the things that she was telling me.
You believe the things she was telling you. That interview took quite some time. Officer Miller, that interview, in your professional opinion, would you believe her?
I believed the things that she told me.
Just the things that she told you don't believe her as a person.
As a treat, because we're doing quite well with time today, we're going to see Dear Daddy because it's 4 o'clock. We can get into it, but I think we'll do closing statements tomorrow.
Objection, Your Honor. Argument of the witnesses answered the question that was given.
Sustain the objection.
Is it safe to say you provided this information to a variety of people?
Objection. Vague. What information?
Sustained.
Who all did you provide this information to?
What information?
That CL was penetrated with an aerosol can or a cleaning bottle.
That would have been the Illinois State Police Crime Lab and other investigators.
Do we still have the People's Exhibit? In person, the People's Exhibit number 46, the physical item.
People 46 is a picture.
And do we have a physical item in our presence?
That's People's number 3, Your Honor.
Is it present in the courtroom? All right.
Your Honor, I apologize. I didn't receive one of them copies of People's Exhibits right there.
That is not true, Your Honor. He was given a copy of that, and the court was here when he got a copy of that.
I will confirm for the record that is what occurred. You
Apologize, I
got a
didn't.
copy when the court was provided.
Yes, I did. I apologize.
So please base your statements upon facts rather than allegations when it's inconvenient, Mr. Yohn, and I would caution you not to continue to do so. Are you wanting this witness to have People's Exhibit number 3
Yes, I would like.
and 46?
Well, Your Honor, yes, if that's how you have to do it. They're one and the same. One's just a physical item.
I'm wanting to get this witness the exhibit you're wanting her to have. That's why I'm inquiring. So you want the physical item 3 as well as the photograph, or just the physical item?
Both.
Okay.
Same day after. Same day, I think. That night. 4 or 5 hours after or something. They got to play video poker and smoke some meth, and then they got arrested, I think.
You have People's Exhibit 3 and 46. Witness has those items. Proceed with the question, please.
And People's Exhibit 3 there, are you aware of what that is?
Yes, it's one metal 409 spray can recovered from the floor of living/kitchen room.
Based on your professional and personal opinion, the things you relayed to persons, do you believe it'd be possible that a person would be penetrated with that can
Yes,
outside of pregnancy, dilation, violently penetrated with something like that and walk away from it?
when Karen Blackledge told me that you inserted this into Tina's vagina while she was screaming, yes, I believed her.
You believe that. You just take anything at face value, correct?
I believed her.
You just take anything at face value.
How long did it take to get a direct story out of Karen?
They didn't catch them at the gas station. He just informed them they were at the gas station. They were found at a place where people buy meth.
Blackledge. To the best of your recollection.
I would have to review the interview. I don't know.
I want to talk about isperms, if you may. Give the exhibits back.
That's why Jamie has those long, luscious lashes to prevent
Yeah.
eye sperm. I have a baby in the next room. I shouldn't say stuff like that.
Please, we can hold on to them.
Are you done with asking this witness about those exhibits?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can we retrieve those, please?
Can you explain what an isburn is?
It's an announcement sent out amongst many law enforcement jurisdictions of any important pertinent information that might need to be relayed to the masses of law enforcement.
And that could extend to other states too.
I believe it does, but I am not positive where it all goes.
And it factually did on the night of 11/9/21, correct?
I know that Hannibal Police Department knew of our iceberg. I'm not sure how they knew about that.
You stated in your report that not long after you were there, they placed an isburn. Do you recall that?
Yes,
And that would have been the first isburn, correct?
I did not make the icebergs or call dispatch to make the icebergs, so I don't have any knowledge of the timeline that those were sent out. That was not something that I personally did.
But it would have been 2 hours later.
I don't know.
For a 911 call to be made at 6:09 p.m. with information of a vehicle that persons are looking for or would be looking for, is it realistic, in your professional opinion, that an iceberg be put out almost 2 hours later?
Yes,
Even when you know about this stolen vehicle with 2 suspects in it who allegedly violated this woman in these heinous ways, you would wait 2 hours to put a iceberg out.
I'm not sure you understand the procedure that it takes to do that and also obtain proper information while you're investigating a crime.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. No, he say I spurn. It's a police signal cross something, but it's an I, and he just pronounced it like I sperm or I burn. He's just an idiot.
Could you explain that procedure briefly?
Well, if the call came in at 6:09 p.m., it takes time for people to arrive on scene. And then after that, it would take time to investigate the crime as far as talk to any potential victims or witnesses to figure out what's going on. Especially in a situation like this, people are not of their normal mental capacity. This is a very traumatic thing that would happen to somebody. So that takes a lot of time to figure out exactly what happened and get any statements that we might need. And then after that,
Question, Your Honor, she's answering the question.
And then after that, it takes getting the proper law enforcement there, getting everybody spun up on what's going on. And then there are a lot of different tasks that have to be done after getting there in order to solve crime appropriately. So it does take a lot of time. And then after that, once you have all the information, then you have to call dispatch and make sure that they get that and put it in the proper places to get dispersed.
And to look for a car, a vehicle, and a license plate to be given in between 6:09
Yeah, kind of like a photo.
6:40 p.m. Would it be reasonable to wait
Thank you, MG.
until 7:56 p.m. to place that ice burn,
As I just stated, yes.
even when you know what car you're looking for?
As I just stated, yes.
And are you aware of an HPD Hannibal Police Department body cam footage from around the time of 8 p.m. from an Officer Wilt of Hannibal Police Department?
Yes, I'm aware that that exists.
And have you seen it?
I do not believe I've seen it in its entirety, no.
And that was approximately, do you recall what time that was that HPD spotted this vehicle?
I'm not going to guess, so no.
Give me one second. Ms. Miller, you traveled to Springfield as you stated earlier, and you took statements from several individuals, correct?
Correct.
And then were all individuals found at the arrest scene. True.
I believe so, yes.
And in reference to Karen Blackledge and her statement, how did she seem during the making of that statement?
Which statement?
The one that you were interacting with, you and Officer Shoney, I believe, along with a Springfield detective.
Can you clarify which specific statement?
That would be the very early morning hours of 11:10, I believe, approximately 12 a.m. range, maybe 11:09, or excuse me, apologize, 11:10 night, approximately 11 p.m. to 11:11 at approximately 12:30 a.m.
You're referring to the interview, but you asked about a statement. So which specific statement are you asking about?
I'm referring to the interview, Kelsey Miller, the interview in totality. How did Karen Blackledge appear to be?
She had various emotions throughout the interview. That's why I'm asking about a specific portion.
Was she hysterical?
At certain points, she was very upset, yes.
Was she lying?
Again, I need more specific
Did you,
segment of the interview.
without giving you a specific segment, do you remember telling her, that's not true? Stop lying. That's not true. I know that didn't happen.
Yes,
And how did you know that didn't happen?
because I had interviewed Christina Lohman prior.
And you obviously take anyone's word at face value. Is that
Objection, Your Honor,
true?
argumentative.
Sustained.
Do you take everybody's word at face value?
Objection, argumentative.
I'll overrule that version of the question and the answer.
It depends on many, many factors.
And are you aware of the claim of being thrown downstairs?
By who?
CL being thrown downstairs. By who? I don't know.
Are you asking if she told me that?
Yes.
She told me that. She did not expand upon that statement, but she told me that, yes.
And 77 years old, correct, at the time?
Yes,
And these are all brutal and violent acts, would you say?
yes,
Being thrown downstairs, one doesn't do that for a sport. It doesn't happen easily. Would that be safe to assume?
I'm not going to make an assumption.
let me re-ask that. Being thrown downstairs, is that something people do every day?
I don't.
Is that something that happens to people every day?
Maybe to some, not to me.
But in your professional opinion, it wouldn't be a sport or for play.
A sport?
Jamie, do you want to be a part of my inaugural throw down people on the stairs? You will have to sign a waiver.
Are you gonna start a team?
I'm going to start a team. We are going
The
to be.
Denmark team. Can I be number 7?
Iris is number 7. But we will be the throner. Baker's throner. And we'll be. Yeah, but you can't do that anymore. So we're going to throw people downstairs.
Yeah.
If people could throw you down steps every day, they would, Bradley. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
MG, you can be number 69.
Being thrown down the stairs would not be a sport. No,
So it would be very violent.
it could be.
And based on your professional opinion, your daily observance of life, for a 77-year-old who already has hip replacements and mobility problems to be violently thrown down the stairs, would you expect one to get right back up and be walking around?
How would you
I
know?
don't know how to answer that question. I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'll move on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
better do
because
that.
it's stupid. You just never know.
I want to talk
Could be
about
violent.
improper securing of evidence, or in Adams County's deputies and law enforcement's eyes, securing of evidence.
Objection, Your Honor.
Yeah, let's ask the witness questions.
Do you recall Miss Blackledge telling you on the night of that interview, 11:10, early morning of 11:11, that items were thrown out at some place, potentially Rock Creek Bridge?
I'm not sure that she gave me an exact location, but she told me items had been thrown out, yes.
And in your report on page 80 of 84, you state that on 11/14, Deputy Douglas recovered items from under Rock Creek Bridge at Highway 336. This is very similar to the description of where Blackledge told me in the interview that she and Yohn threw out some of the items in Loman's car. Douglas took photos of some of the items, which included a glasses case, a snow and ice scraper, a package of Always Discreet, 4-in-1 car emergency tool, blue blanket with snowmen, white and green cooler, pink and gold Christmas ornaments, snow removal tool kit, red coin purse wallet. Deputy Douglas stated that he could not fit all of the items in his squad car, so he only collected some of the items, including paperwork relating to Loman's ownership of the vehicle, including the vehicle's insurance card, Illinois registration cards, and several Schottenkirk Toyota maintenance papers. You then go on to say on 11/16, 2 days later, I went back and collected what else I could find. I collected the snow removal kit
Okay.
and more vehicle information connecting the items to the vehicle. Several bank transaction receipts. Deputy Miller, bank transaction receipts aren't that big.
Judge, I'm going to object at this point. He hasn't finished reading the paragraph. If he's going to read everything, he might as well finish reading it.
I will continue. The Avalon's vehicle registration. A gold with a tiny flashlight keychain that said American Builder Supply on it. A Nikon AC adapter / charger. A county market Max card. And the emergency toolkit. Everything else was gone by the time I got there. Photos of all items and where they were found were downloaded into evidence. Would you consider that improper procedure?
No, why?
Which part of that?
All
Yeah.
of it, Deputy Miller. All of it.
All of it.
All of it.
You
all
learned
of
of these items on 11:10, 11:11, early, very early morning hours. You learned of where they were because you stated Karen Blackledge told you so.
And she was correct. So what she was telling me was the truth.
And
Yeah.
you
Duh.
waited. It was the truth concerning her version, correct? Her
Statement.
not-
No, it's the truth because it was
No!
confirmed by finding the evidence.
Yeah,
Are you
this isn't a
participating,
gotcha,
Jamie?
Bradley. What? Oh. Oh my lord.
Oh, I should have had an E in there too. Oh, well. Is it a sport throwing 77-year-old ladies down the stairs? Nah,
Yeah.
not really.
Is it a sport? I
It
just
was
love
her-
his kind of. No, I just love his condescending tone with this. Isn't that improper? Isn't that what she told you? Well, yeah, she told me, and then I found the items. They were exactly where she told me. But isn't that her story? Like, what are you talking
truth.
about? Like, he thinks he's so slick.
Inspire, yeah. Well, I'm dyslexic in every language, and I made it a little fast in Bradley Yohn speak.
He told me were the truth.
and her knowledge, of her knowing that they were there. You stated on 11/14 of 21, Deputy Douglas recovered items. That's a 4-day span, Deputy Miller.
Yes, it is.
This is a very heinous crime also. Would you agree to that?
Keep saying
Yes, I would.
heinous crime.
You waited to collect evidence in this matter for 4 days? Is that true?
That's true.
And then you waited 2 more days to go back and collect items that persons knew were there. Items so small as this paper right here. Something that one could sit right on their lap and ride back to the precinct with.
Deputy Douglas collected what he could. I don't know why he did it that way, but he took photos of that. I went back as an extra step to ensure that everything that could would get collected.
And
Yeah.
you've handled most of the DNA matters, such as the forms and documents and reports coming back to the agency, correct?
Again, this is a team effort.
But you've handled a lot of them,
I have handled some, yes.
DNA.
such as correspondence from analysts and reports.
I received reports, yes.
And are you aware of any of the reports and recall their findings just based on your remembrance?
No, I would have to look at the reports.
Do you recall that there was, first off, I want to ask you, based on your memory, how many times did CL state that she was penetrated?
I would have to look at my report.
But it was a numerous amounts of times, correct?
I believe yes.
Well, the difference is in this case they took photographs when they found the items, and then she went back to get more. That's the small discrepancy between the can. I would say the later evidence, yeah, that's you take what you take and then it's gone.
Recall any report for vaginal or 2 different reports for vaginal and or in association with vaginal and oral testing?
Just at this point, I'm going to object. The expert in DNA has already testified on this. This witness testifying on that would be impermissible hearsay.
Can you respond, Mr. Young?
Your Honor, she's handled majority of the reports. She, it's almost as if people only know certain aspects of this case, and they're generally the aspects that are known are the ones that they had no interaction with. But the ones that they did have interaction with, they do not know about.
I want to sustain the objection as
What?
hearsay if you're asking her to answer questions based upon information contained in DNA.
Thank you, Costa Rica.
Be the statements of someone other than this witness. She can introduce them into evidence for the truth of the matters asserted therein. That's classic hearsay.
Vince, no one knows why he's asking what he's
Further
asking.
questions for this witness?
Yes, Your Honor, if you give me one moment, can I introduce a document?
Are you
So
asking the
that-
bailiff to take an exhibit for the witness?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Please ask the bailiff if you would take an exhibit to the witness, so we don't have to go through this process repeatedly. Mr.
I
Young.
will try to read it, Your Honor. I apologize.
Don't apologize.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to
No.
make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100. Because it is 100% correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
Jury to disregard Mr. Yohn's statement and caution Mr. Yohn not to make such statements again in the future.
We're gonna
Do
go
it
back
again.
because we need to. We're gonna go full screen so you can enjoy the face of the prosecutor. Oh,
I heard it coming too.
yeah. What exhibit are you talking about?
Yep.
I apologize.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100. Because it is 100% correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
Direct the jury to disregard Mr. Yohn's statement and caution Mr. Yohn not to make such statements again in the future.
And that is pages.
Mr. Yohn, again, let the state review your defendant's exhibit number 100, and then we'll move forward from there.
I have no objection to the witness seeing it. I want to be clear, that's where I have no objection to it.
All right, so the bailiff will provide the witness with the defendant's exhibit 100.
Oh, this is why we love this case. It's 100%
We'll
true.
Review that exhibit.
Mr. Jones, do you have an objection to her reading off what the document says? Yay.
That
Yes,
was
no.
documents.
Your Honor, I'm not the witness, so I'm not going to answer Mr. Young's questions.
Do you have any objection to reading off the findings of that document?
If you'll ask the witness your question.
I just did, Your Honor. I apologize.
Oh, does she have an
Can't
objection?
ask the witness if she has an objection.
I love that she's just laughing at him now because he's such an idiot. Hey, witness, will you object to me asking you to read something? Yeah, I'll object to it. But you're a witness. You have to. Nah, I don't want to. Nah, I don't. Can I just finger paint it instead?
Oh my lord.
My hobby can't stand when there's a pro se defendant. He has a visceral reaction when I make him listen to something. Well, this guy's an idiot, so he's fun to listen to. It's never not funny. You are right, FD.
Mhm.
And Vince Clotho gave me a super sticker of catch up chat. Catch up chat. Someone flexing and saying buzz. Thank you, Vince Clotho. Yeah, she's a cutie. I like her. She got some sass to her as well. And it's just because it comes out of the blue. And when we saw it the first time, and he said, this is number 100. And I just said, because 100% truth. And that's exactly what he said. We died.
Yeah, when he said 100% correct, I was like, he did not just say that. We were shocked.
Objection,
The way he
Your
was
Honor.
starting to say it, I'm like, it's 100, Your Honor, 100. It's 100% correct. I don't even remember what it is, but he is so
I
proud
don't
of.
think it's nothing. It's either it's a phone call or some evidence. It's so redonkulous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Joe.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
All right. I don't know what you're asking her to read off.
Uh,
I haven't seen the exhibits.
Ms. Miller, could you read off the findings?
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay.
Well, we should have handled this a long time ago. I'll take the exhibit back, Your Honor.
Exhibit 100 never gets put into evidence.
Yeah, it's
well,
very sad.
Yeah, because it's pure hearsay.
I like when he says objection to this reading it off or whatever, and he goes, "Could you?" or whatever he said, and then he asks again after they told him he couldn't just have her read it off. Like, could you just read that off?
Yeah, come
No.
on. Be a gem. Read it all.
102, the defendant.
Yeah, that was sad. It didn't actually go anywhere.
Questions
that
for
worked.
this witness, Mr. Young?
Yes, give me 1 moment.
I just forgot how big of an idiot he is.
No, Your Honor, I rest with this witness.
Mr. Jones or Mrs. Keck, you need to be cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Briefly.
With 100% truth, I
We were
rest.
asked about whether or not you just take people at your word or at their word. You remember that question?
I do.
You're an investigator, is that fair?
Yes,
And when someone tells you something, do you look for evidence to back up what they tell you?
I do.
So if someone tells you things were thrown out of the car and things were actually found where they say they were thrown out, would you believe that that person was telling you the truth or telling you a lie?
Telling you the truth.
And if they told you the truth about one part of an incident, does that help you believe that perhaps they're telling you the truth about other parts of the incident?
Yes,
Do you also compare that person's statement to other people's statements to see if they correlate or
He got the 911 call record in, I think. But it was the prosecution that introduced it because he was too dumb to do that.
match?
yes,
And if one person's statement
Hey,
correlate
Jinxie.
with another person's statements or match, does that give you more confidence that they're telling you the truth?
yes,
When someone tells you something occurred to them, do you look for physical evidence of that to determine if they are in fact telling you the truth?
I do.
For example, things like bruises,
Yes,
things like blood,
yes,
things like injuries to their vaginal cavity,
yes,
things like injuries to the inside of their mouth.
yes.
Are those
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds?
Mr.
What?
Jones is throwing an indirect comment to seek hearsay testimony or indirectly get the jurors to hear things that are believed to be true in his matters.
You
Yes.
have been talking about these things for days.
He wants to throw in hearsay, make the witness hear things that she believes is true. Is that
The jury
What?
to hear things that
the jury? Oh, the jury here.
yeah.
I probably should have English at least as my second language before I could understand these questions. I'm not sure I understood any of what he just said.
Mr. Jones is throwing an indirect comment to seek hearsay testimony or indirectly get the jurors to hear things that are believed to be true in his matters. He's trying to seek testimonial evidence, as they say.
Overruling your objection, Mr. Yohn, you opened this door when you asked the witness about her believing and taking people and assessing their credibility. So the objection is overruled. You answer the question.
Your Honor, I object again.
You can't.
I also
Grounds.
opened the door on a statement that the courts will not let me read.
Right.
Or
Mr. Yohn, I've ruled.
What?
Okay, you
He actually did open the door, Jamie, because he can do that, you know. If
No,
just
but he
opens-
he wanted to, and but he did it.
well, he actually did. He was just not allowed to do it. So
Yeah.
but that's the same.
That-
If he wanted to do it and is not allowed, he did open the door. I don't think you have ever studied the law on this.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, what's your basic for objection? Word salad, Your Honor.
He's indirectly prejudicing the jury about things that I've been talking about this whole time, where I'm using a styrofoam cup to jam a marker through it and talking about vaginal cavities and but
The labia manure.
manure,
didn't-
but he went too far. Prosecution went too far.
He didn't object to the objection. He objected to being overruled.
Yeah. He's
Which you can't
objecting to being
Hey, I really, really don't want to be overruled, Your Honors.
You can't open the door for yourself, unfortunately. Mr. Jones would have to open such a door, and then you would be allowed to walk through. That's how that works. So when you open the door, that means Mr. Jones gets to follow up in cross-examination on that question. Mr. Jones, if you would conclude your questioning here.
Thank you. Injuries to one's mouth.
Yes,
In your course of being investigator, have you had the opportunity to talk to multiple victims of sexual assault, sexual trauma?
I have. I've investigated a lot of sex crimes.
In speaking with those multiple individuals, would it be fair to say that each individual has a different response to the trauma that they suffer as a victim to the crime?
Yes, there is no normal response for a victim. Everybody is different.
Have you seen victims shut down and refuse to talk?
Yes,
Have you seen victims of sexual trauma and sexual violence cry
Yes.
uncontrollably?
Yes.
Have you seen victims of sexual assault be able to speak with you in a normal voice?
Yes.
Have you seen victims of sexual trauma and violence laugh about the situation or other incidents during the course of the interview?
Yes.
Everybody's response to trauma is different.
That's correct. There is a lot of different factors that go into that, a lot of shame, guilt, and shock.
And again, demeanor is not necessarily the only factor in determining who to believe.
That's correct.
Thank you, investigator.
Mr. Yohn, any questions based on the cross-examination
Yes.
questions asked by the people?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. Mr. Jones just talked about questioned Deputy Miller about taking things at face value. Deputy Miller, I'll just set an example for you real quick. If me and Mr. David Adam back here take the judge's podium from him, or the items he has up there on his podium.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this point. Are we getting to a question?
What?
Yes, no, very quickly.
Ask the question, please, Mr. Yohn.
If a defendant comes forward and says another person was with them, and do you just take that at face value when they're lying about everything else, or lying?
Again, as I just discussed with Mr. Jones, there are a number of factors that we just covered to determine if somebody is credible or not.
And even if somebody tells one credible piece of evidence or one credible statement, does that mean all their statements included in that totality of statements are true?
Again, it's case by case,
Yes or no
many
answer?
different.
Ms. Miller's a yes or no answer.
Objection, Your Honor. It's not a yes or no answer.
I was just saying
No,
that,
it's
not
yes.
cross-examination, and so I'm going to ask the open-ended questions, not questions suggesting the yes or no. So if you could rephrase the question and re-ask it.
Your Honor, thank you. Jones, State's Attorney Jones asked you the things that people do in reference to being sexual assault victims. They present themselves in many different ways. In this case at hand, Deputy Miller, did a declarant, specifically CL, did she claim while at a high rate of speed on a dark
Objection,
two-lane
Your Honor.
road?
Hearsay.
Any objection?
Why does he want in that he forced her
Did she
to
laugh
give her a
and tell
mouth
blatant
hug?
lies?
Objection. Compound question.
Did she laugh during these matters? Did she laugh during these matters?
At times, yes.
Quite a bit, Drew.
No.
And did she tell anything that can be considered lies or that are lies?
Tina?
Yes.
No.
That you're aware of?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Are you knowledgeable of, I'm not going to ask you what was said, are you knowledgeable of the penis and mouth in the car?
That you stuck.
The way he phrased that question, it is:
I
have you
know.
ever given a car mouth hug? Are you knowledgeable
I'm like, no, I'm
about
not.
the penis and the mouth in the car? There was you could kind of infer that I know what he's talking about, but it could kind of be: have you ever given a mouth hug while driving a car?
I thought he was going to ask her if she's knowledgeable about blowjobs. Like, I thought that's where he was going, and I was like, he is not going to ask her if she could describe what putting a penis in a mouth is like.
I'm not a person. Well, I'm a person. I don't have a JJ, so I don't know. But can you describe the feeling one would have at a high speed of?
Oh my God. Why does he gotta phrase it that way, though?
Because he's an idiot.
Oh my God.
Stuck your penis in her mouth?
No, that somebody stuck their penis in their mouth.
Yes, I
Who's
have
the
knowledge of that.
somebody?
And that was while driving, correct?
That is what Tina told me, yes.
And now that the foundation's been laid and the door's open,
Objection, Your Honor. Objection.
Now the foundation has been laden. The foundation hasn't been laden. It had been laid if it had been anything, but it hasn't been laden. You're not gonna. He wants to discredit because that's not absolutely not true.
But how is he going to prove that it's not true? That's the whole thing. He doesn't understand.
I don't know, Jamie.
Your Honor,
Like,
that's not how opening the door works. Also, I object hearsay, and let's move on.
Sustain the objection, Mr. Yohn. That is not what is meant by opening the door. You can't open the door for yourself and then walk in.
open it for yourself.
Something you bring up that then Mr. Jones is allowed to inquire because you brought it up and vice versa.
yes, sir.
Any further questions for this witness?
You are aware of that.
Objection.
That's all I have.
You're aware of that.
No. Okay. So Mr. Yohn is finished with his question. Any redirect?
Or
I'm sorry,
recross. Investigator Miller. You believe Christina Loman?
I did believe Christina Loman.
Victims deserve to be believed.
Yes, they do.
Nothing else?
Any
I would have objected to the last one.
Based upon that one question.
Victims deserve to be believed.
Deputy Miller,
Have you ever?
this is not in reference to Christina Loman.
Objection, Your Honor.
Excuse me, CL.
Brown?
Beyond the scope, it's not related to Christina Loman.
All right, so I'll sustain the objection as being beyond the scope of the question asked on recross. So, Mr. Yohn, do you have any questions based upon the question asked on recross examination?
The scenario in the car.
Objection, Your Honor. That wasn't what my question was about.
Sustain the objection. Mr. Yohn,
Trying
do you have any
so
further
hard.
questions based upon the one question asked on recross?
You already acknowledged that you know of the situation.
Objection, Your Honor, beyond the scope of what I asked.
Sustained.
That's it, Your Honor. All right, enough. Thank you.
No further questions?
I think maybe one have given an interview, but I've never seen it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I would reserve to call her at a later time, Your Honor, if possible.
No, she's here now. Ask your questions.
They should tell him flat out no.
To be released from her subpoena. She is not available. She's not under the defense subpoena. We're asking that she be released on the record. She's not available at any point further. If the defense had any future questions, you should have asked them now. This was covered by the court earlier.
I am going to release her from the state subpoena, which is the only subpoena that she is here under. So, Mr. Yohn, if you believe you'll need her back, you'll need to get her subpoena. We're approaching 4:30 in the afternoon, and I am going to recess court patients. Extremely important. First comment about the
Jamie,
What?
it's going to be a shorter show today, but I promised you Daddy Yohn, so let's do that. Then we'll do closing tomorrow. Is that no? This isn't the one with Daddy Yohn, is it? This is.
The trial continuing. Still, I have attempted to.
Oh, this is some argument. I don't know. This is, but it's short.
Good morning. The bailiff reports all jurors have reported and are ready to continue on with this case. Any issues we need to take up prior to jurors resuming their duties?
Thank you, Judge. On Friday, the defendant indicated the plan was to call Ilsa Terrell. He may want to call his father, and he may want to call Karen Blackledge. His father and Karen Blackledge are both in the custody of the Adams County Jail, so we need a little time to have them available. I believe Ilsa is here and available to testify at 9, And if the defendant is going to call his father, we would ask to be heard on that outside the presence of the jury before the father takes the stand.
All right, so Mr. Yohn, any issues to raise at this point other than addressing what the state has raised?
Your Honor, give me one moment. In reference to Your Honor, in reference to calling persons out of the jail, I have attempted to confer with them to determine if I need to call them this weekend and, well, the prior weeks. I've not been able to. I would be fine with taking it up outside the presence of the jury, but I just wanted to notify for the record I've not been able to confer with persons. I was able to confer with Karen Blackledge briefly. Yeah, wow. Weird. Other than that, no, I have nothing else. I would, however, still place the objection on the record to the trial continuing for lack of preparation and the fact that I attempted to attain a lawyer and due to the mold in the courthouse. But
All right. Well, Mr. Yohn, your objection to the trial continuing is noted of record. We've already addressed as to the mold in the courthouse. We've already addressed the motion concerning you were going to retain counsel. And the court has already ruled on those, finding that such were not sufficient reasons to grant further delay of the trial. And so as far as Mr. Jones, you're wanting to be heard about, well, who would your first witness be, Mr.
Of
Yohn?
course, his
it would have been
father.
my father.
All right, so your next intended witness is your father, Bradley Yohn Sr., correct?
Yes, or Ilse
You just missed it. It was 15 minutes ago. He 100.
Terrell, either or.
Well, if you're going to,
Well, he's an absolute moron, and I think I can't remember the specifics, but I think the lawyer said nope. The line of defense he's going, we can't ethically follow him.
be calling your father, Mr. Jones, wanted to be heard outside of the jury rather than
think they
bringing
say
them in and
molted.
dismissing them back to their assembly room. Let's take that up next. All right, so Mr. Jones, regarding the
We'll find out.
defendant calling Bradley Yohn Sr.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would ask the court to inquire of the defendant as far as an offer of proof as to what this witness would possibly testify to before they are called, and I do that for two reasons. The defendant had originally claimed that his father was going to provide an alibi. He made that claim, I believe, sometime in the middle of trial, and the court has ruled on that because the people are entitled to an affirmative notice of any possible alibi defense, and the defense has never raised that would not be a permissible use of calling his father as a witness. Outside of that, I'm not aware of any possible relevant evidence that his father can provide. If the defendant would make an offer of proof of what that relevant evidence might be, perhaps we can shorten the trial. What I don't want to have happen is have him call his father and then I have to start objecting to everything because there's no relevant evidence that his father can provide. Additionally, his father's not mentioned in any police reports. We have no indication that he was at the scene of the crime, had anything to do with anything, or has any relevant information for today's case.
All right, so Mr. Yohn, what do you believe your father would be able to testify to that is relevant to the guilt or innocence phase of this trial?
Your Honor, obviously, jewelry issues that I did have, I somewhat cleared them up with the jury, I believe, as far as certain documents that have been presented to the jury through Deputy Miller. So, I mean, other than that,
Okay, so what do you believe your father would be able to testify to about the jewelry issues?
well, the jewelry I had and was wearing was mine, but I mean, I think I've cleared that up
No,
with the juries.
No, you
And,
didn't.
So your father would be testifying that the watch, bracelet, and 2 necklaces were your jewelry?
Yes, well, I mean, he could, Your Honor. I'm not sure. I've not had a chance to inquire with him to see what he remembers. He's an older man, you know, he's
And then any other issues you think you would be testifying about?
other than where I was at and how this all come to be, no.
All right, the where I was at would be an alibi. Have you disclosed an alibi defense in your discovery responses to the state?
Your Honor, I tried to provide this through John Citro. I've tried to provide this since. I've not, you know, as you know, there's a process to these matters that you have to go through in order to identify them, in order to bring them to the state's attention. I've not been entitled to do that here in this jail or in this county. I've not been able to inquire with certain persons. I've not been able to bring that to the state's attention because, well, it's a process that you have to do. You have to be sure. As you know, you don't want to just call a person and not know what is going to be said because it can backfire.
What are you talking about? If you have an alibi, you have an alibi. You shouldn't be worried about what's
I've not been entitled to that.
Well, it could backfire, Jamie, if the alibi was that he doesn't have an alibi.
Yeah.
And the alibi is that, no, you effing did the crime. That could backfire on him, Jamie. I'm not sure you understand the legalities, but he did some analyzation on it and had recorded the conclusion that his accomplices might have thrown for sport an alibi out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where he's standing.
Might backfire if you're
Been
making
locked away in a hole
lie for
where I
you.
do not,
Brad.
where I'm not able to buy correspondence the whole entire time I've been here, subtracting a few days. Your Honor, I've not had the chance to. So, with that said, I guess I do not have any other reasons to call my father.
Oh.
Well, we're still going to do it.
Respond.
Judge, with regard to the second part of the defendant's comments about there being a process, there is absolutely a process, and the defendant is required to follow that. He filed a discovery response. He disclosed witnesses. He did not disclose, as he is required to do, an alibi defense. That is required because if he would disclose an alibi defense, the people are entitled to investigate that alibi defense. That's why it can't be raised in the middle of the trial. Both sides are entitled to a fair trial. So he did not disclose that. The court has his discovery response that he has filed, and it is clearly not there. If he calls his father for the issue of the jewelry, that is relevant. I don't have any objection to that, but just on that issue, anything else beyond that would be inadmissible and irrelevant.
Oh,
Defense.
and to end it all, we're going to get Daddy Bradley.
Defense of an alibi prior to the start of trial is to have you call your father outside the hearing of the jury to make a record as concerning what his alibi testimony would be. And if such pans out, at least the state would then have notice of what that alibi testimony is going to be, and we can readdress the issue. So if he's not going to be helpful to you in an alibi defense, at least we'll know that outside the hearing of the jury, and then can further address the issue. So if you need a chance to chat with Mr. Nelson as standby counsel, that's fine.
Yes,
Outside the
yes, Your Honor. That would probably be the best solution.
All right. So are you prepared to call your father again outside the hearing of the jury to at least make your record on what his testimony would be concerning your alibi?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll do so then.
Let's get Daddy Bradley.
All right, bring him in. I agree,
Come on
Almighty.
forward, sir, and raise your right hand to the best of your ability. The clerk's going to swear you in right over here.
You do solemnly swear that the testimony you may give in the constitution before this board shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Seat over here to my right in the witness stand.
You can't spring surprises on them in court. They do have that right. You have an obligation to turn over evidence.
All right, Mr. Yohn, you have questions for Bradley Yohn Sr.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I just wanted to question my father in regards to potential remembrance of my whereabouts and to see if he could narrow it down to a date by the best of his memory.
Jamie, do you have any remembrance of my whereabouts when we were in Copenhagen?
No, I actually don't. I'd be a terrible witness.
But I'm just, because it's really important that you have, if you have some remembrance, that you can remembrance it in court to maybe
I
provide
might
me an
have
alibi.
some remembrance, but
He looks a little Charles Manson. Remembrance.
Bradley Yohn Sr., for the record, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember around about the time your son, myself, was arrested about 1.5 years ago?
Pretty close, yeah, but not sure on the month's dates for sure. Not positive, but I probably
He got his vocabulariums from this dad. You can tell he's also a wordsmith.
what is his dad in for? I don't remember. Did we ever look
Well,
that up?
Probably being stupid and doing crimes like his son.
Maybe.
close.
Do you remember the day hearing that your son was arrested?
The day, so I'm not sure on the day.
Do you remember hearing that?
I remember hearing when he got arrested, but
Would you remember approximately how long before that it was you saw your son?
maybe just a week to two. But no, a senior. I'm not good at dates at all. I'm really
I
not.
understand it, Pop. Your Honor, I have no more.
All right.
Thank you, Pop.
This is Daddy Bradley.
Mr. Jones, any cross?
No,
Yeah, this is his dad.
So, Mr. Yohn, are you going to have further questions in the presence of the jury for this witness regarding the jewelry?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, so we don't need him called at all to testify in front of the jury?
No, thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll release you back to the sheriff.
That worked out
This
really
was
well
just,
for you.
I want my dad, so I'm going to call him to court.
Yeah.
He's going to say hi to
Yohn
him.
Sr., so who would your next witness be?
Ilsa Terrell.
Right. And wasn't she your fifth witness?
Your Honor, I don't remember, to be honest with you.
So why are we recalling her at this?
Is that the daughter? Is he saying Elsa Terrell?
I think so.
To speak on a couple items that were, that can be cleared up. And a couple of issues to clear up for the record.
Mr. Jones, care to be heard on the recalling of Isla Terrell?
Your Honor, what items and what issues? Ms. Terrell testified previously, the defendant had her on the stand for a fairly significant period of time. If he had more questions, he should have asked them then. I understand these things sometimes occur, but I think it's incumbent upon the defendant to explain exactly what items and issues she's going to clear up.
He didn't want to talk about the jury. He just wanted to see Daddy. He's in prison, you know.
And why he was unable to address it the first time he put her on the stand.
Your Honor,
So
If I'm-
what items and issues do you expect?
Your Honor,
Clearing up?
as you know, a party in a trial, an adverse party, defense, state, sometimes should have the advantage to question one by surprise.
I'm surprised.
Jemima, your next assignment will be you have to go through this entire thing, write it down, and give us an explanation what all of his word salad means in legalese.
No, he left out
Sometime-
one little part of her testimony so he could bring her back and surprise her.
Ooh, did you do that? Oh, yeah, it was me. I was me all along.
It's me. Yeah, we're framing you. I'm sorry.
I stole your shoes and kicked in the door and gave you all the money.
Stupid.
He's such an
If
idiot.
I'm not going to be given that, then I'll just continue on to place.
Jemima, is it true that sometime a party such as the defense should be given leeway to ask questions by surprise? Because I've never seen it in any cases I've covered. Maybe MG, Dave, you still here? Have you ever been given leeway such as by surprise to ask questions?
I mean, it's one thing if like new evidence comes up after the person was already on the stand, but just to like withhold something so that you could just surprise them randomly, like, that's the stupidest thing ever.
Yes, this Sunday, the defense by surprise on a budget with Jedi Jess. And right after that, it'll be words and funny things with Sue, where she will tell you what he really meant. Yeah. Yeah, it was me. It was me all along.
To place that forth at this current moment would, well, potentially give the advantage of not surprised.
Was it Ms. Terrell in the courtroom, sir?
Your Honor, we'll proceed on further.
Well, is she in the courtroom?
No, she's not.
Okay, so she wouldn't be hearing what issues you're going to be questioning.
It's in reference to a watch, Your Honor. It's in reference to a watch. And
A surprise watch.
Yeah, what about the watch?
He's such an idiot. I love this guy.
And I guess that would be it. I was going to ask about clothing.
You asked about the clothing.
There are some vital clothing items that did not go into testing and did not go to the lab or not kept from a second.
Mess, you're right. All these lawyers are they're just trying to get a good man down because he figured out the court system.
Yeah,
One
like
should
he's-
pertain to sometimes by surprise be allowed to legally subdue a question.
Assault when people went to the hospital, clothing that could have filtered or could hold DNA matter.
All right, and so why didn't you ask Ms. Terrell these questions the first time you called her as a witness?
Your Honor, because, well,
I was
in a year and a half in this very complex and extraneous case.
It's not very complex.
Oh, it's
Pretty
I
straightforward.
had a chance to be prepared for everything, Your Honor. There's a lot more than anybody in this jail, probably all of them combined in their cases that I had to go through in this case.
yeah.
And in the last year, most of that's been in studying law and looking at case law from.
Well, he called her as a witness. It's the daughter of the deceased. Well, not deceased. It's not a murder trial, but of the victim. And he wanted to ask her about a watch and clothing that was not preserved because it's not the daughter's job to preserve the clothes. And he just wanted her back because she was the only one he made cry on the stand.
Yeah. He's already called her, Dave.
Yeah.
He wants to call her back to surprise her.
Yeah, because sometimes a party in a case such as the defendant should be allowed to ask questions by surprise.
Prior times, I've bounced back and forth through discovery issues and case law and tried to handle a bit of everything at the same time, but I've not been able to narrow down every detail to come here to court. I actually have been sabotaged 2 times, Your Honor. My discovery has been taken once, and I've been charged a criminal felony for it.
Mr. Yohn, I want to get you back to this trial from the start of it. When you first called Miss Elsa Carroll, why didn't you ask her about the watch and the clothing when you first had her on stand?
Because my trial presentation and my cross-examinations have once.
Well, see, he called the witness and then released the witness. And then now he is asking to call her back to ask about why the police didn't preserve clothes, which isn't a question they should ask the daughter. At the same time, because of the COVID, the daughter wasn't in the room when the exam was made for the SMEX kit. So she probably have no knowledge of that clothes. So what
This
the
isn't
daughter
new evidence.
there's no new evidence. No, he
This
didn't.
is stuff he
He's,
forgot to ask.
he's just too dumb. And he wanted to talk about a watch that he asked her about and asked her sister about and her dad.
Been put together, but they were taken. And once we got here, I was not prepared this time, so I did not remember to ask her, Your Honor.
All right. So Mr. Jones, care to be heard?
Judge, he did ask her about the watch. She described the watch. He didn't show her a photograph of it, but that's because he failed to do that. He also asked her about the clothing, and my memory is she said she didn't remember what clothing she wore. So if we're going to call her to ask the same questions he already asked on direct examination the last time, that's not a proper reason to recall her. He's covered these issues with her. He didn't like the answers. Now he wants to call her again to see if he can get a different answer.
No, Your Honor, that is wrong. I understand she does not know the clothing her mother wore. Yeah, well, she said that on the stand. She does not know. But facts are, Your Honor, she has the jeans her mother wore. She has them, as stated in her statement. She still has the jeans mother wore, and they were soaked with blood. So, perjury, Your Honor. If that's the case, she does remember.
Ooh. Get her, Bradley.
She still has them at home.
SOB.
There's been a lot of lying in this case, Your Honor.
Mr. Yohn, I review my notes of her testimony for a moment.
There's been a lot of I don't knows and can't remembers.
Yeah, that happens a lot in cases.
Yeah, you think that's all your case, Bradley? I mean, good job. Come on. It's just like, what more are you gonna get?
My notes reflect you went into questioning that witness regarding her mother's clothing, and she testified, I still have CL's pants from that night. And that CL was bleeding a lot. And that she did not know if she was bleeding through her clothing. So you've already covered that topic with her. And you've already asked her about CL wore a watch daily, gold with a black face. Didn't recall if there were any diamonds in it.
Yes,
She
sir.
was showing Defendant's Exhibit 26, which she identified as CL's watch and bracelet. So you've already covered those topics with this witness.
But was she showing 39, Your Honor?
I don't know. I have that you showed her Defendant's Exhibit number I just gave. So you've already covered these topics with her.
But she didn't say what I liked.
So I'm going to uphold the objection to state I haven't heard a reason why you should be allowed to recall this witness, having already gone over those topics with her. So who would your next witness be?
Your Honor, I guess I'd rest.
Do you intend to testify?
Excuse me.
Do you intend to testify?
If the state shall want to ask me a question, I have nothing to hide, Your
The
Honor.
state can't call you as a witness, sir. It's on your choice. If you wish to testify, you would have to be presenting yourself and then they would be cross-examining you.
Remember, he said he would do that when the judge said,
He has nothing to hide. I really wish you
Your
would.
Honor, if we could we take a,
All right, now, before we do that, you had also indicated on Friday that you intended to call Miss Blackledge. Have you changed your mind on that?
that's a lost cause, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I didn't want to get her lined up to be brought in if you're not calling her. If you were going to call her, we would get her set up during this recess.
No.
All right, so you're not calling Miss Blackledge. Let's take a 15-minute recess.
perfect, because I need to go get some food for the guests. Jamie, will you join me tomorrow and watch the closing arguments?
Let's do it.
He's not going to take the stand because I think his lawyer tells him, you'll have to answer the questions that the state asks you, and you're going to. So that's how it is. Everyone, I have holiday guests. It's going to be a quick out so I can go take care of my family. Love y'all. Be back tomorrow with the closing arguments, which will be just as dumb as this was.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
Checking your honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no,
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
probably did. Everybody has.